Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing the review of the Koda Kumi 15th Anniversary Live Tour, The Artist. I did just get it recently, so I watched it. I've only watched it once now, but I have to say I was really impressed with what she did with this concert. So I'm going to go through, this is my first review for one of her live tours. So I'm just going to go through each song that she sang live and my impressions on how she performed for each of those songs. So the first one that she did was Know Me Without You. So normally with Koda Kumi, of course, when the whole concert usually starts, it's usually a pretty big deal. She's got some big opener that is just a wow factor for everyone. This is kind of the first concert that I've ever seen her do where she doesn't necessarily have something like, Walk of My Life, she comes down from this car from the ceiling in a Mercedes-Benz. Other ones like the Trick Tour, she comes out of the clown's mouth, all sorts of things. She usually has some kind of a big entrance. So this time the entrance really wasn't like a massive one, but I appreciated the way that she did it just a little bit different, where it starts off with just that slow song of Me Without You. And I will have to say that I do love that song a lot. And the dress she's wearing when she suddenly shows up on stage is absolutely gorgeous. She looks flawless and her hair is beautiful. I love how they just did the curls with the hat. And so it was kind of interesting just to see her opening with such a slow song when usually it's one of her more upbeat dance songs that she's coming into it with. So she goes from that song for the entrance into Show Me Your Holler, or Show Me Your Holla. And this song, I was really surprised with how they did it. I thought it was interesting, the whole set list that she has for this tour. And so I found it really interesting. And I have to admit, I was really excited when I looked at the set list. And finally, for once, Cutie Honey and Butterfly were not getting done. Because while I do love those songs, I just feel like she's literally played them in every single one of her live tour concerts. And so finally to not have to hear them, it was kind of exciting. So she goes from that Know Me Without You into Show Me Your Holla, and just the beat that it picks up instantly, and I really loved it. I like how she's dancing with someone and then they just rip off the dress that she's wearing, and then she's got like little shorts and a tank top version of the dress, and then next thing you know she's got a little hairnet on in a robe, and she still looks really beautiful even with that. And then all of a sudden, by the end of the song, she's in that whole other outfit with the it's got the black pants, and it's like a professional business wear type outfit, but really sexy still. And I actually really enjoyed most of her costumes for this entire tour. And so I really liked that they didn't stick to the original choreography of Show Me a Holla, like from the music video. So it was really cool just to see her do a completely different dance we've never seen her do with this actual song. And so I thought she did a fantastic job on the performance there. It really made it entertainment, because the tour is divided into the sections where it's entertainer, vocals, and dance. And I loved the fact that she went all out for this, and it was really cool to watch. So then the next one that she goes into was Bambi. While it's not my favorite song, it's still a really cute song and I do really like it. And so, obviously with it being The Artist, the whole appearance of the stage, everything's like a big Showtime type of feel to it. It kind of reminds me of theater in a sense, where, it's just got the big lights, reminds me of back in like the 20s or 30s, just really big Showtime scene. And so the band themselves, they did really great arrangements, I think, keeping with that tune with the trumpets and the saxophones and things like that. It just really incorporated it to have such a strong feel, and so I really liked that. So Bambi, she did do a really good job with it. It was fun. The choreography again was different than it's been before, and so she did a great overall job on that one. Won't Be Long, the Red Cherry version, I was excited to hear her sing the song, just because when she did the Black Cherry tour, she didn't actually sing this song. She did pretty much every possible song from the Black Cherry album. So I was a little disappointed that she didn't sing this one here. So it was great to finally hear her sing it live. My only beef with this song is it's kind of repetitive and it's just so long. I just feel like it just keeps going off the oh yo 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 yada 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 yada, like it just goes and goes, and I just felt like it went a little too long. But it is a good fun one that gets the crowd interacting with her, and so I thought that that was really great. Loaded was the next one, and she did a really good job on that one as well. Of course, it's kind of another crowd pleaser, which as an entertainer, I understand why she did so many songs to really try to get the crowd involved with her. And I do really like Loaded, so I mean, I like the dance with it, and she killed it. She still did a great job. Okay, so Cupcake came after Loaded, and I really like this song. Again, okay, it is pretty repetitive, but it's so different and one we've never seen, and it's got just a heavy dance beat, and I really like this song, and I really wish it was, like I said on my review for her 59th single, it's so good, and I really wish that it was the B-side track to that single she just released recently. The dance was fantastic. I really liked the beats and the movements that they did with it, so she killed that song. And then after Cupcake, they did another version or a remix of Touchdown. So it was like a big Showtime version of that as well. And I loved it. I think I almost even liked it more than the original version. She kind of sounded a little off key for part of it, but it's probably just because I've never heard it before, and well, I wouldn't be shocked if she got off key here and there. I mean, we're only humans. So, but she did a fantastic job. The dance was awesome with this, and she did such a great job. And since this is the entertainment section, she killed it. Like, it's meant to be entertaining. I was definitely entertained. I was not ever just looking around like, when's this gonna end? It really kept my attention the whole time. So amazing job on that song. Loved it. Then, of course, she did another nostalgic one for us, Crazy For You, which I was really excited that she sang the whole song because, in her other concerts after her, first tour, Secret, where she actually sang the whole song, we've only heard her do just little short versions of it, or it's been in a medley. So I really love the fact, I was like, oh my gosh, she's actually singing all the verses. And so we don't get to hear her sing all those older songs quite often. So I was super, super thrilled when I was like, wait, she's going into the second part of the song. And so beautiful job, flawless. She does that dance so good, so well. And I love the dance routine for that song. So it made me really excited. So then we go into our first interlude movie, and I really, really like the interlude movies here. So normally, if you've watched any of her tours before, you notice that she usually has some kind of a theme or a storyline going with it. And so this time it was the theme of the fact that Koda Kumi, what makes up Koda Kumi? She's an entertainer, she has vocals, she does dance, she does all of these things. And so each of the interlude movies is talking about that aspect of her. So this next one starts talking about the vocals and how it takes heart and things like that. And so I really appreciated it because it was almost like giving us an inside look of Koda Kumi herself and really understanding what makes up her persona for us and how she feels and how she works so hard for it. And so it was just a really cool thing that I haven't really seen anybody else do, especially in J-pop, for any of their live tours. So I really, really liked that aspect, and it just made it so much more epic because, I mean, it is Koda Kumi, the artist. And so it just made it that much more worthwhile for me. So I actually, normally when I watch a tour, I kind of usually skip through the little movies because sometimes they're kind of annoying and I just don't feel like listening to them, or they're just kind of silly to me. But this one, full on, is entertaining, and I like the music in the background of it. It's just makes it epic. So then, of course, going into the vocal section, we are going into the slower song. So she starts off singing You, and she comes out in this white dress that just flows all the way down across this massive stage. And it, as she sings the song, there's these projectors that are doing these crazy light things on her. And so as she's singing, it gets to the epic or chorus parts of the song, it just changes the scenery and just explodes on the dress, and it's really gorgeous. And so if you haven't watched that part, I'd recommend it. It's so beautiful. She just looks gorgeous, and I loved the arrangement that they put with it. And plus, I was really excited to hear You because that was her number one, that was her first ever number one single, and I love that song. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's powerful. And so I thought they did a great job choosing to use this song with that type of scenery with it and that type of dramatic effect as well. And so I thought they did an amazing job with that. I haven't seen any other J-pop artists do it. I know I saw that J-Lo do something similar in her concert, but it was gorgeous, it was flawless and beautiful, so I was very, very, very pleased with that performance. Then she does Moon Crying and Brave right after that, and these she's pretty much just standing on stage and singing the songs, which I do like both those songs, but I mean, again, the slow sections, like the ballads, are kind of hard for me to sit through sometimes, but it was still very entertaining just because the arrangements that they did with the music were very beautiful. And so I really did actually enjoy these performances, and Brave, just because we've only heard her really sing it the one time in the Japanesque tour. And so it's a beautiful song, it really is. And so, while not like the most eye-catching part of her performance, it was still good. It was just okay. Then of course, we go into Ai no Uta. And while I do like this song, again, I agree. I think it is way too oversung and done. Like, literally, it has been in every single one of her concerts since the Black Cherry Tour in 2007. So it kind of drives me a little bit insane. But of course, with this being her 15th anniversary, it didn't surprise me that she would even sing this song because it has been one of her really good sellers and it's been extremely popular in Japan. So you would expect, of course, she would play this song. It only makes sense. So I really wasn't all that shocked, but again, it was a good performance. After Ai no Uta, she sings a song from her Color the Cover album, and it was actually a bonus track on there, and it's called Uta wa Waga Inochi, and I really, like, this is one of the, like, my favorite songs on this whole album, and it's such a, like, jazzy, classic sound to me. And it really, when I listened to that song the first time, because I saw when they were doing the concert in memory of the original artist of this song that Koda Kumi sang the song there for her, and they had up on the screen the original artist in her kimono singing the song, and it's just, her voice, Koda Kumi's voice was just flawless with it, but it really gave me an appreciation for more of the classic Japanese singers and the styles that they had back then. And it was just, it's just such a simple but a powerful and beautiful ballad. And I don't know what it is about that song, but I love it. The anata, 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 anata. Like, it's just so powerful. And I don't know, I get chills when I hear her sing that song. And it's just, I just adore it. And so I was so excited because I was really disappointed in Japanese because I know she sings some songs from the Color the Cover during that tour. And so I was really disappointed when she didn't actually sing this song with it. So I was so excited when I found out that she was singing the song. I was like, it's happening, because the performance is just powerful and just the feeling behind it. So I don't know, I really love this song. I wish she sang Shake Hip too, because I really like that song too. I wish she sang it more than once, like just in the Japanese tour. I really like that song. But then she goes and has the band part where she introduces all the band members who are all fantastic. I love that Sammy's still there, same drummer, everything like that. I don't know, I think he's the bass player. He has like a really big hat on. He kind of just made me laugh, but she has always top-notch performers for her band, so awesome introductions for them. So then we go from the band introduction into You're So Beautiful, which we haven't heard her sing that song live since Universe. And so I was really excited to hear this one again as well, because I just love that song. It's such a feel-good, happy song. And so she did a great job on that one again, showing those vocals very strong. Next, she sings her song On and On, which just came out with her Winter of Love. So I was really thrilled to hear her sing that song as well, because I really like that one as well. And she's sitting on the chandelier and it rises up, and then you've got like all this red fabric just flowing down from it, and it's such a gorgeous scene, and I love it. Like, I haven't really seen her do that. Like, yes, in the Bon Voyage tour she's like sitting in that little circle moon type thing, but like to have the dress flowing like that, it was so entertaining. It was beautiful. It went perfectly with the theme of that song. So I thought it was just fantastic and true, definite entertainment while still showing off those vocals. So she sang this song, sounded just like it did on the album. I loved it. And then of course she ends the vocals section singing her last real ballad from her last studio album, Walk of My Life, the namesake of it. And again, she does such a beautiful job with this. And I love this song because, again, it's so powerful. And I feel like for Koda Kumi herself, it's such a personal song. And so I love the fact that you can always see the emotion on her face when she's singing these, and you can tell when her eyes start watering and things like that. And so it's just, she ended this whole ballad section beautifully, and I thought she chose a great arrangement with some other songs that we hadn't heard before. So I thought she did such a great job. So then we go into our second interlude movie, and this is going into the dance section. And so again, we get to see her just talking about seeing her rehearsing. And so another really cool aspect behind the scenes with how she does everything. And so she opens up this dance section going into a whole medley. And it starts off with Atomic Energy, which was her first introduction on her Affection, her very first studio album. And so I kind of like freaked out when I watched it. I was like, oh my gosh. Because I mean, I haven't really, like, it's not the best intro, but to actually see them like do a dance to it, it was just a super nostalgic moment. And I thought she killed, like, this dance section. She wasn't kidding when she meant separating this into whole categories for this tour. Like, dance, she literally went all out in her dancing. And so it was fantastic. I loved the breakdown that they had for this whole medley thing that went on here. So they went from Atomic Energy into Triple X. And I think that song's good. It's not like my favorite song. It's just like the beat's really good for it. But then they did this, I don't know how to explain, like in one part, like, and then flames like shoot up, but the beat that they have right at that moment is so awesome. And so I could not get over how they did that, and it was really cool. You need to watch it. And then they go into Escalate and Lay Down and then Crank the Bass are the next ones in that medley. And like I loved it because, for starters, I love the Escalate dance in the music video. I think it's awesome. Their little, I love her moves in that. And then Lay Down, I love it because we never really got to hear her sing that one live in the Japanese tour. She did it at her little fan club part 2 or whatever that came with Bon Voyage. But to actually be able to hear her sing an excerpt from it and see a dance with it again, it was just so exhilarating. And then Crank the Bass, I love the dance that she had with that one as well. So just real crowd pleaser. You can just hear everybody just screaming and they're just loving it, and it was just fantastic. I personally would have loved to have been there. Once the medleys are done, they go into where she actually finally sings Hotel. And I was so happy because I love that song, and I was really disappointed with the Walk of My Life tour that she didn't sing it. And so when she started singing, I was like, oh, it's probably just gonna be like a short little excerpt that she just sings kind of the first verses and then the chorus and then she's done. But she sang the whole song, and she did the exact dance with the music video, and I was so happy. And she did such a great job with it. And so awesome performance. Her costume she came out in for this whole dance section is kind of like a military type looking uniform. All the dancers have one as well. And so she looked awesome in it. Not my favorite outfit from the whole thing, but it was still great. I think it was a great thing for the dance part itself. And I noticed that she wasn't wearing the heels because I was like, this is pretty intense dancing. We don't want her to fall on stage. Then it goes into Taboo. And just when I think she can't surprise me anymore, of course, here she comes out on those, like, I don't know what they're actually called, but you know, like, it's like the skateboards, but like it's just got like the 2 wheels and then you just lean forward, kind of like a Segway, and it just keeps going. Like they were really popular at Christmas this past year. But she comes out on those and they do like the whole Taboo dance, and she's like swirling around on this thing. And okay, I won't lie, I think those things are kind of stupid looking. Like I think Segways look really stupid. So I'm kind of just like, when she first came out on stage with it, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy this. Like, it might look kind of stupid. But she actually was really good with it, and I was really impressed. And especially when she comes down to the center stage where she's surrounded by the crowd at one point, and the dancers have like these little light sticks that they're twirling around, but the light sticks change while they're doing the dance. And so all of a sudden it changes to where there's like a picture of flames on it. So it looks like they're over here twirling flames around, which looked awesome. And then at different parts of the song, it changes to where it says Taboo, and you can see it while they're doing that, and then it switches back to flames. And it was kind of mind-blowing, and it was really, really cool. And I was just like, okay, like, she surprised me yet again, and it was an amazing performance. And for something that I thought I wasn't going to enjoy when she first came out on the little Segway thing, like, I really liked it. And I was like, that was really cool. Like, they turned this into a whole other thing, and then they kind of made it look like I guess kind of like how when planes are landing, like they got their little light sticks, like they're telling her where to go. And so it was really cool. So you just need to watch it to know what I'm talking about. And then again, we have a dance part. And so this is where all the dancers start getting introduced. And I was so excited to have Maiko back. I love her. She's one of my favorite backup dancers. I know she does a ton of the choreography for her dances, which is another reason why I love her. But she just, every time she dances, she goes all out. And Oba was there, which I was super thrilled about. I kind of miss the other dancers. I don't know if they're just kind of taking a hiatus or because I know she did bring in new people from her for her 15th anniversary live tour. But I was happy to see Kai Chow back again. I'm hoping that we'll see You Star G back in the next tour. I'm hoping because I love the fact that her dancers have pretty much, for most of her 15 years, have remained exactly the same. Like you recognize them in her concerts, whereas a lot of artists, I feel like they end up having so many dancers, like you don't even know who they are. You're just like, oh, there's just a dancer. But with Koda Kumi, we're like, oh, there's You Star G, you know, there's Kai Chow and Maiko and things like you recognize them, and I think that that's really cool. It's kind of like they're a little family, and so I just love that aspect of it. So the dancer introduction was awesome, and then of course during the dancer introduction she's going through a costume change, and then she pops back up and she's in another outfit, and again she kills it. And then all of a sudden I hear the music for Hurricane start playing, and I was again so excited because I was like, okay, not only did we get to hear No Me Without You, On and On, we got to hear the one song from her the cover album, Uta wa Waga Nochi, and then we also get to hear all of Hotel. Like my mind was just over here, like now I get to hear Hurricane, like I get to hear all like full versions of these songs that we haven't gotten to hear her sing live. And I liked the dancing for Hurricane, so I was super excited. I was like, she's singing the whole song and she sounds fantastic singing it live as well. And so I really enjoyed and loved this full-on performance of that song. I thought she did an amazing job. So then she goes into Universe, which we've seen that choreography before. Still a great one, great crowd pleaser, great dancing. And then she goes into Megumi no Hito from the Eternity Love and Songs cover album, which I love the music video for that one. It's so cute, and I just love the song, and it's just so catchy. And so I was really excited that she sang that actual whole song. And then of course we go into Pop in Love Cocktail feat Tita, which I like that song. It's your typical towel song, so like not the best, but I enjoyed that. She looked like she was having a really good time with it. You can see she just starts kind of laughing when she looks at one of her dancers, and so it was still a great song, great perfect one to end because it was a very popular one as well. And then she goes off stage after that song, of course, after she kisses and then throws her towel into the crowd. And then we go into Interlude Movie 3, and so then this one's just talking more about the journey as a whole and how she feels about things, about her being the artist, like what is required of her to be an artist. And so, of course, then she goes through another costume change, and then she comes out and does another medley while she rides her little cart thing. And it starts off with Your Smile, which was super popular from Black Cherry, so great song to hear her sing that. And then went to Birthday Eve, which I love that song. I think it's so cute. And so it was exciting to see her, or actually hear her sing that song, because we haven't heard her sing that one since her Best Second Session tour, 2006 to 2007. So I was really, really excited to hear her sing excerpts from that. Then we go, of course, to Take Back, her first ever single. She released it back in 2000, and very, very classic song, so I really enjoyed that. And then, of course, Bring It On, which is kind of just the song that came out of nowhere, like a lot of people say, which I do agree with. But I know that her husband, Kenji, helped her do that one from his band Back On. And so I'm wondering if that's why she sings it so much, is because it was kind of like a collaboration with her husband. So I don't know if that maybe is like a special thing, or like he likes her to sing that one live because I don't know. I've always just kind of wondered that myself, but it's okay. But it is a good crowd pleaser song. Then she sings In the Air, and I love that song. It's so good. It's so cute. So I was really excited about it. And then she goes into Someday and Lady Go. And Someday is a great song, very classic. And then Lady Go, of course, is awesome. And I've already done a review on her Moon single with the Lady Go song in there. So you should all know that I really like that song. So energetic. It makes everybody happy. So you can't really go wrong with that one. She starts to sing Comes Up, and you can see her just start to cry. because as she's singing comes up, they turn around and they've got this whole little video going of like all the people that have helped with the concert holding signs about like, you know, happy 15th anniversary, all this stuff. And like you just see her, she starts to lose, she's like, oh my gosh, and she just starts crying. And I love that about Koda Kumi. Like I love when they catch her like off guard like that, and you can just see that. And she really struggles to sing in some of the parts, and she just has to stop because she can't sing because it's just too much and the emotion behind it. And so it's so cute. And even Maiko's like back there starting to cry with her because, I mean, honestly, they've been through 15 years of this whole musical journey with her. And so it's probably been an incredible thing to watch her evolve and grow as an artist. And then, of course, we come to the final song in the entire tour, which is just the Walk song from her Affection album, but it's the Walk to the Future, so kind of the version she came out with later near her Deja Vu album. And it's such a nostalgic song. I mean, we all know that she ends pretty much every single tour with this song, and it's such a good one. And just to see the emotion behind it, you can tell like it's her moment. She had to stop singing there for a minute just because she started crying. And I feel like the final's always hard for her just because I feel like Koda Kumi herself as an artist, she worked very hard to get to where she has been at in her whole 15 years as a career. And she's had moments where she wanted to quit. And her mother was a karaoke singer. She wanted to be a singer like her mom. She got into some singing competitions. And, you know, she worked very hard to get to where she's at. And I'm sure along the way things weren't exactly what she expected them to be, and that's why she thought about quitting several times. She probably had to do things she didn't want to do and things like that, made mistakes like we all do. But the fact that she has finally made it here to her 15 years, I don't think she takes any of that for granted, because she really understands, I feel, and knows that she couldn't be here at this moment if it wasn't for all her fans that support her through all of this. And plus she's got a husband and a little boy now, and her family, her sister, her mother, her father, like all of that, like just behind her, supporting her along the way. And so for her, her last concerts, like the last tour that she does, or the last date of that one, like I feel like it's always so much more emotional, because she's always like, well, I feel like she lives for the moment where she's on stage, because she knows that that's her moment to feel really connected with her fans. Because when she releases an album, yes, she releases an album, everyone's happy, they get new music. But the moment she actually gets to tour and do the lives, that's when she's seeing the fans' faces and getting to really connect with them and bond with them. And so that's one thing I just love about her. She seems to really embrace that aspect of it. And she understands that she shouldn't take any of that for granted, because she is so blessed to have her dreams come true. Then there was the bonus movie, which was the behind the scenes, which they did a great job on that as well. I really, really enjoyed that. So overall, I honestly think that this might be my favorite live tour now. It's so hard to say, because I like each of her tours for a different reason. It's not necessarily like the songs are better or the dancing. There's just different things that I love about it, because it's a different time. It's a different genre that she was trying out, just different albums. And I have things that I love and don't like about every single album. So for me, I do really enjoy all of them, but this is definitely in my top 5 favorite lives from her. She did such an amazing job. The title of this is called The Artist. And so she really went all out, and she did an amazing and flawless job. And the fact that she actually sang some songs that we've never heard her sing live, did full versions of it, it was just amazing. And the dancing, like, she didn't let up at the dancing at all. Like, even though I think she's 33 now, like, she still brings it. Like, she's kind of, I feel like, saying to everybody, like, hey, I may be getting older, but I'm not losing a second or a moment. Like, she went harder than I've seen her go in a lot of her concerts. Like, she didn't stop. Like, her singing was, her voice sounded strained here and there in some parts. Granted, her voice is going to change a little bit as she gets older, but the fact that she's still, like, she's a professional. When her voice, she can tell it's about to get out of range, she switches into that higher head voice of hers. And so she knows how to handle it and how to control it. But there's plenty of other songs that she did fantastic job on vocals top notch, dancing top notch. The entertainment itself was just fantastic. Like, there wasn't really ever a dull moment where I was just like, this is just like any other concert. Like, this is getting boring. And the costumes were fantastic. I loved it. I loved her hair at the end. She had like these little like meatball things in her hair, and I think I showed it and when I unboxed this DVD the other day, and so it was such a great concert. And I love the fact that she used a little bit less of like the different colored wigs, because I really like the hair color she has right now. Her hair looks fantastic, especially when it was just curled like that. Just looks flawless and gorgeous, as she always does. So this concert in and of itself was amazing, and I honestly give this concert 5 stars. Like, I was really blown away and impressed by her dedication and her hard work into this. I'm really excited to see what she's going to do with her singles tour this summer, because if she's going to start doing all of her future concerts with this much passion and power behind it, like, I can only imagine how much better they're going to be. And so it's just like she has this new fire coming out of it. Like, she's reached her 15th anniversary. Like, I can't wait to see her when she gets to her 20th. I'm hoping she's going to do some crazy massive thing. And I mean, I hope she gets to a 30th anniversary, because I adore her. And I think she just does such a beautiful job with all of her concerts. And I love the fact that she takes so much effort in producing them. And the choreography was amazing in this whole entire concert. Like, I've seeing her do dances we've never seen her do, like Show Me A Holla, like the choreography for that, like, such an amazing job. Best choreography I've seen in a long time. I would really, really recommend this one for you. If you've never watched a Koda Kumi live tour, this is a really good one to start. I promise you won't be disappointed. This is my first time doing a live tour concert review. Please let me know what your thoughts were down below, so that I can know what your opinions were on different songs that she's singing. If you have watched this, or if you haven't watched it, let me know what you're thinking about it or how you feel. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. I know it's longer than my other ones. Granted, there was a lot of material to cover talking about a live tour, so I really appreciate you. If you've sat here and watched the whole thing, I am really grateful for you. So thank you again so much, guys, and I was really excited to review this one. So please, again, let me know what your thoughts are on it.